Hey, my name is Landon and I'm a coin collector. So, where did my journey start? I always say it's because of my grandmother. So, she used to tell me all these history stories. I spent a lot of time with her being like 8, 9, 10 years old. And she would tell me stories about Paul Kruger, the Anglo-Boer War, the, Second World War, so many different things. And she loved it. She was really good at it. Only problem was that she also really liked to add like some fairy tales or stories to it, so she would exaggerate certain things to make it more fun for me. Only realize that later in life and be like, hey, but you told me something that wasn't real. But she was an amazing woman. And her dad, so my great grandfather, I never met him, but he was a history teacher, so that's where she got that passion from. And he also was a coin collector. So she literally had like tins and small boxes full of coins. Whether it was Czar coins or Union coins, every type of coin that you can think of. She had it, and they weren't the best condition coins because they were just shoved in those tins and boxes. But for me, I didn't know that condition was that important, at such a young age. And I just really loved the connection to history. Imagine talking about the story about the Second Anglo-Boer War, and now I've got a Tsar coin in my hand, or I've got a medal, a war medal from that period. And that just really grew my love for that. Also, a small tin of international coins. I think there were probably about 80, 90 countries in there. So I would sit, and I'd have this tin of international coins with a book that I had. It was like a flag book. So it had a flag of every country in the world, the capital city, the currency, just basic information about that country. Maybe there was like 10 countries on one page, for example. And what I would do is I would take a coin. I'd be like, okay, this is Argentina. And I would look in the book and I'd see, okay, Argentina's got the light blue, white with the yellow sun. Buenos Aires is the capital. And I would just learn more about it. So today, I know the flag of every country in the world, the capital city, the currency. I know so much random history facts about many different countries, and it's just about me learning more. And coins have always been that connection. So for me, I really love ancient coins. I love having international coins. Czar coins obviously are the pinnacle for me. All the big general coins that everyone loves. And also banknotes. I never used to like banknotes because my grandmother didn't have any banknotes, and I never saw it from a young age. And for me, it was for some reason really loving the 10 shilling banknote. So I've tried to collect a few different editions and versions of the 10 shilling banknote. And that's kind of where my collection's at. I don't have a collection that's really expensive or worth a lot of money. It's for me more having that historical connection of things that I really love. So if I really love ancient Roman history or certain facts of it, I've got an ancient Roman coin from that period, and that just makes me happy. So it's just about finding things that are also different, and for me, coin collecting has always been a hobby. I have always been interested in history. I went to study history. I did my master's in the social economic impacts of colonization. And it was just about me basically being a history teacher and potentially later on being like a professor, something like that. That was the goal. And coin collecting is just always a hobby, and it's just on the side. And I started making videos on TikTok, and it was about random history facts. I made videos about ancient Romans or about random things in history. Until one day I made this random video about a Mandela 5 Rand coin, and the video got like 10, 20,000 views. And I was like, okay, that's quite a lot of people watching. And then maybe a week later, I made another video and I made another video. And, suddenly I started only making coin videos. And that's where my passion started to kind of reignite. And it's about sharing it because, a year and a half ago, if you go on the internet, there's not a lot of information about coins. The Western Cape Numismatic Society, obviously you guys have a very good website and there's lots of information there. But in general, it's not that easy to find information about coins. If you don't know anything about coins and you go on the internet and you want to know, hey, what's the value of this coin? Or, is this a rare coin? There's not a lot of information out there. So that was for me to target that, trying to find people who don't know anything about coin collecting, because it is a very niche market, and I don't think it has appealed to the masses yet, in any way. And so for me, doing the random coin videos about things that are common, or doing the history stories. I've done videos about the single nine, double nine, the Sammy Marks ticky, the gold ticky, the whatever it is. I've done those stories, and people don't know about it. It's like, oh wow, I didn't know there's a single nine coin that exists that's worth so much money. I didn't know anything about Sammy Marks, or I didn't know about the single and the double shaft, coins, for example. So all of that is just to push it out there. Basically, history that's kind of lost, to the masses or many people in the country, and kind of just pushing it out there and people kind of learning it. And I've grown certain groups of people now that have started coin collecting, because of those videos. And, videos that get like 2 million views or 1 million views. I've had so many of them. And it's really kind of put a light on coin collecting, with news articles and things that came from those videos now a few times. And obviously I've been on a show on CakeNet, and it's just exciting, where people are actually talking about numismatics instead of it being that niche hobby that is just, that behind closed doors that no one knows about. And that's why I'm so excited again about going to the Cape Town Coin Show on the 9th of November. That's going to be super exciting. And of course, I've started turning my hobby into a career. On the Basani's Auction House app, I've got Landon's lots every Saturday, and I try and focus on the weird stuff. I do the ancient coins, I do the error coins, because I love error coins. I love the idea that imperfection can be just as rare and valuable as perfection, when it comes to coins. And that's something I'm going to push and test a lot, in the market going for the next few years. I love war medals. I love tokens. I love the different and the unique stuff, because not a lot of people might care about it or have it. And I just want to push that. So that's been a lot of fun. Also being involved with SANGs recently, the last 3-4 months, kind of working a little bit with coin grading, learning how it works and everything behind that. I do like the preserving history aspect, not just about increasing the value of your coin, but actually putting it in a capsule and protecting it. And that's just been like that's important, because I'm not very sentimental when it comes to coins. I rather want other people to have it, because I love the history of the coins. I love the stories. I don't necessarily love the physical coin. And for me, it's about sharing that with people, getting people passionate in it. And that's made me really happy and excited, the last year or so. I mean, I've got over 160,000 followers on TikTok now, so it's grown a lot. And it's literally a community of people that have kind of come together now, and slowly growing as time goes on. And yeah, like I said, I like the weird coins. Ancient Roman ones are definitely my favorite, but any international coin, or coin that has a story behind it, that's my favorite.